Welcome back to the D4 channel. Today we're doing a spoiler review for episode 13 of season 2 of The Bad Batch called Pabu. So if you haven't seen episode 13 of season 2 of The Bad Batch, leave now because this is a spoiler review. Okay, so I love how when you watch the thumbnails for The Bad Batch, you can kind of tell the vibe that this episode is going to give you. Like when you see crosshair or like a very dark kind of shading on the thumbnail, you're like, all right, this is going to be a very heavy political episode. But when I saw Omega and Fee on there, I'm like, all right, this is going to be like a adventure of the week fun episode. And it was pretty much a fun episode. They start with this like negotiation at this bar. Fee is trying to get this looks like almost like a metal bonsai tree, and in classic almost Indiana Jones fashion, the negotiation goes on really bad. The people try to poison her and try to kill her with like this weird worm creature that gave me episode 2 vibes when that bounty hunter is trying to poison Leia with those weird white slug things, and the whole bar fight ensues, and they get out of there with the credits and the bonsai tree. And I love this episode because one thing I've noticed, I even point out to D when I was watching this episode, I'm like, oh, Fee is flirting with Tech over here, calling them brown eyes and giving like special looks. I very much like that. But then they head to this very nice world called Pabu, and apparently the Empire either doesn't know it exists or doesn't care about it because it doesn't have anything of value here. There's no resources that they would want here on this planet. So this planet is basically full of refugees that either got displaced from the Empire or maybe even before the Empire during the Clone Wars. So they're here on this planet and they are just, as my friend Michelle likes to say, they are just vibing. Like they finally see a home that they could settle down in, and Fee tells them that I'm not always treasure hunting for like monetary gain. Sometimes I just get back the items that are very important to a lot of the people and the different cultures here on this planet, which makes her a lot more trustable. I think she's not as Han Solo would say, scum. She is a very good person. Of course she likes the treasure hunting, the kind of excitement of that to gain money, but she's also trying just to get a little bit of these people's former home back. And to see them, and again, me and D also made the joke, in Star Wars, there can never be one dinner without things going completely awry. Starting back from Empire Strikes Back when Vader, sits there and says, I'll be honored if you would join us, or any other dinner scene where it just turns into either a shootout or a pure disaster. And maybe the Clone Wars had a few of those, but it's usually like it's not a proper dinner scene. It's either like Jar Jar trying to distract people for Bail Organa to get supplies or something like that. But no, we get a dinner scene where nothing bad happens. They actually have dinner, and for the first time in probably Wrecker's life, he is full. Even Tech was like, I gotta take note of this. This is a rare occasion. Wrecker is full. And maybe, like, I'm hoping that the Bad Batch stay here as like not a base, because I don't want Pabu to be attacked, to be honest, because if they do stay here and use it as a base, this will be attacked by the Empire. But I really hope that this is a home for them. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna end up joining the fight with Rex and Echo, because that seems to be their calling. And hell, even on this peaceful planet with nothing going on, the Force says, I'm going to have a tidal wave the minute you guys arrive here. This tidal wave has not shown up in 30 years. They have not had this kind of natural disaster in 30 years. And this wave says, nope, the Bad Batch are here, and I'm going to cause havoc. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, the Force is trying to tell these guys, go and help your brothers. You're not, sadly, you're not allowed to rest. You're not allowed to vacation. Your destiny, your fight is out there helping the people of the galaxy, and particularly probably your clone brethren. So they try to outrun this tsunami. I love to see all the people working together. And the tsunami wipes out all of the lower half of Pabu. Everybody who lived down there all their houses and their stuff got wiped out. But everybody was safe. Everybody was able to avoid, either death or severe injury. All the citizens are okay. They just lost a lot of their things, and they basically say, you know what, we can rebuild this. We can, as long as the people are here, that is all that matters. We can rebuild the lower half of Pabu. And the moral of the episode is basically, I think that, Omega needs to have, a sense of belonging and a sense of camaraderie with people her own age and a community where she's not always fighting, because they do mention that she's getting really good at fighting. She's getting really good at war, but maybe she shouldn't be that good at war, especially since she's just a kid. Maybe she should be good at other things like playing with kids, socializing in a normal environment. Sadly, she is a clone of Jango Fett, and she's in the Star Wars galaxy with one of the baddest groups in the galaxy, and that is most likely not an option for her. But maybe, just maybe, she might have a place to stay and be raised as a normal person. But we do know in past episodes they're targeting Omega to get the doctor from Camino to help them with their projects on the mountain. So we she's gonna get kidnapped, or she's gonna be dragged out of this place. We know this much. So I'm very curious to see what happens to Omega and the Bad Batch. They seem to be here for a minute because they're also trying to leave Sid, because Sid threatens them, and Sid's like, you're costing me a lot of credits here. You better come back, because I do not forget where your loyalties lie. I have a lot of information on you, and I can't stand Sid. They should have let Sid during the riot racing episode 4. They should have let her get owned by that damn alien, because I can't, like, Sid, bro, they've helped you so many times where literally if they didn't help you, they would be free from your nonsense, but they chose to help you out of the kindness of their souls. And now they want a little autonomy, they want a little freedom, and you're like, nope, come back to me because I own you. So either Sid's going to go after them, or the Empire's going to go after them, or Sid tips them off from where they go, because right now, I'm not trusting Sid whatsoever, and I think they need to take her out, to be honest. But yeah, the episode ends with them on the island. So I know the next episode, I have a feeling the next episode, they will most likely be dragged off of this episode, this island, Pabu, excuse me. But so far I'm hoping that they stay here for a little bit and they just put their feet up. But again, Crosshair from episode 12, the Outpost, he's on the mountain, so I really hope that they find him somehow. So the only way to find him is if Omega gets dragged there as well. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's where the next episode is heading. But I very much enjoyed this episode. Everyone who's calling this episode a filler episode, it is not. Every episode of the Bad Batch furthers either the story of the characters and the development of the universe, and they all have a certain meaning leading up to this. So this is not a spoiler episode, just so you guys know. You should not skip this because this is going to be very important, and that's just the way it is. But you let me know in the comments below, did you think the episode Pabu was a filler episode, or did you very much enjoy this episode, and are you enjoying the Bad Batch? You let me know in the comments below. And again, like and subscribe to the D4 channel for our version of Star Wars goodness here in our little slice of the galaxy here on YouTube. And from me, Hamid, and my counterpart Daniel, may the Force be with you always.